we are going to discuss about microwave and optical practical experiments. So today's session is we are going to talk about variable attenuation measurement. Variable attenuation measurement, that is the experiments we are going to discuss today. So before we are going to start off these experiments, first of all, you must and should know that what are the devices we need, that and all we have to discuss first of all. Okay, right. Listen carefully. See here, what is the name of the device? Kleston power supply. The name of the device we are going to use in this particular experiment. What is the experiment? Variable attenuation measurement. Kleston power supply. Cooling fan. SWR meter. I mean, S means standing wave ratio meter. With the help of this meter, we can calculate power. We can calculate power value. This is oscilloscope. I mean, cathode ray oscilloscope. So coming to this entire microwave bench setup, one by one I will give you my idea. So first section is nothing but Kleston mount with tube. Second section, isolator section. Third section, variable attenuation section. I mean variable attenuator section. Next section, frequency meter section. Next section, slaughter line section or slaughter section. At last, so we are going to connect detector mount. So detector mount, it is going to connect to CRO as well as based on the application, the connection will move on to oscilloscope as well as SWR meter. If you see, if we need to calculate the value in the form of waveform representation, use oscilloscope. Suppose if you want to calculate the value, if you want to see the value in the form of numerical, then we can use standing wave ratio meter. With the help of this meter, we can calculate power value in the range of decibel. Okay, right. This is the entire outline in this experiment. I mean variable attenuation measurement. Now step number 2. So before we are going to switch it on this Kleston power supply. So what we need to do as a students, as a you people. So what are the things we need to make it initially that we have to know that is important. See, first of all, modulation. See the front panel of this Kleston power supply. Bottom we have a modulation switch. So here we have to keep AM mode section. Okay, right. Next coming to here, in volt there are two voltage mode here. One is beam voltage, another one is rippler voltage. Okay, so rippler voltage is maximum position, beam voltage is minimum position. We need to keep before going to switch it off. Also here we have a HT switch, HT, I mean high tensed. The expansion of HT is high tensed. It is also initially off condition. These are the procedure, these are the test we needed to verify before we are going to switch it on this bench setup. Okay students, right, fine. So now I am going to switch it on this Kleston power supply. Yes, I switch it on. Already verified the initial condition, everything fine, so that I switch it on. Initially it will indicate 0 voltage, current in the form of milliamps, voltage in the form of volts. So now we are going to press HT button, I mean HT switch. If you are going to press it on this, then the voltage it will move on to directly to 200 voltage. So be careful this. Okay. So now the 200 voltage is moving to this entire bench setup. So while running these setups, so please knowingly or unknowingly don't keep your hand very near to this Kleston mount with the tube. If you are going to keep very near to this device, some cases your hand may get damaged. I mean it will get it will distribute it will distribute more heat energy around this particular tube. That is the reason. Please, while doing these experiments, you have to be careful. So for handling this entire bench setup, that is one more precautions. Right. Next, I am going to set beam voltage. First, we need to set the beam voltage as 210 or 215. That and all our wish. Maximum the beam voltage should be. See here I kept 212 voltage. I kept the maximum beam voltage for any experiments of 220, not more than that. Okay, right. So now we set the beam voltage. So you have to note down in your observation or otherwise your lab record, you have to note down the beam voltage for how much amount of beam voltage we given, 211 or 212 voltage we given. After that, so we are going to calculate the value of beam current, that is 13. It is generated as 13. So 13 in the form of milliamps. So 13 milliamps beam current. Next we are going to measure the value of rippler voltage. REP means which indicate expansion is rippler voltage. See here it indicates the negative rippler voltage always it comes in the form of negative value. So minus 282 voltage, rippler voltage. These all three readings we have to note down initially. for any experiments, like klystron mode characteristics, klystron voltage characteristics, also variable attenuation, also fixed attenuator. These are all the experiments. Initially, this is the procedure. Okay, right. Now I am going to switch it on this cathode ray oscilloscope. Okay, fine. So by after switch it on this cathode ray oscilloscope, we are going to minimize the Rippler mode from maximum position to minimum position. We are going to minimize. We are going to decrease. While decreasing, here in the CRO screen, on screen, we are going to identify the maximum value and the minimum value we need to identify. After identifying the maximum value and the minimum value, we are going to calculate the value of power. See how I am going to do. See what I am doing now. I am going to vary the Rippler voltage slowly from 283 to slowly and decreasing. Slowly and decreasing. See the display carefully, every one of you. See slowly. See while adjusting, we need to do slow movement. If you do high speed, then there is a problem occur. Maybe there is a problem will generate. Maybe the device gets damaged. See, while varying, meanwhile, we have to identify the CRO screen, whether it is generate any signal or not. So, corresponding signal it will generate based on the Rippler voltage. Based on the Rippler voltage, it will generate some signal. See here, see on the CRC, on CRO, here the signal will generate. See here, this is nothing but maximum value. So, maximum value means, see here, after this, maximum, see maximum means a peak to peak value. So again I am decreasing. Again I am decreasing. So some see waveform also meanwhile will decrease. Meanwhile will decrease. Slowly decrease. So do repeatedly. So yeah, we are going to again repeatedly we are decreasing the value of what is the Rippler voltage. So once we are decreasing the value of Rippler voltage, we are going to get the end point. End point. See the CRO. Every one of you see here. See, I am slowly decreasing. So waveform totally in zero position, null position. I mean, this is nothing but a end point. So end point means minus 166 voltage is a end point. Starting point. Where is the signal? For which value signal will generate? See here. For which value the signal will generate? 175 volt minus 175 voltage. You are getting the maximum point. See, you are see what is that? Again, I am going to identify the minimum value. I mean, the ending point. Yeah, which value? Minus 166. You are getting the end point. Minus 175. You are getting the value of starting point. Okay. So now we identified. The starting point and the ending point. Now you switch it off this power. I mean, cathode ray oscilloscope power. Now I switch it off. Now I move into this. I am going to calculate the value of power with the help of this device. What is the name of this device? Standing wave ratio meter. Okay, connect here. Okay, I connected. Here all the range in the form of decibel. Okay, right? So, no need to change anything. This is the device, variable attenuator device. We are going to vary this device slowly. Each and every rotations have the range 1 mm, 1 millimeter. Okay. So, here in horizontally we have one line. So here we have a rotator, no? So rotator type of metal is there, no? While varying this, slowly you have to vary. So here there is a line on this particular rotator. So bottom we have one metal, no? See iron metal, no? That also consists one horizontal line. That this particular line and this particular line should be coincidence. So if it is coincident, that particular that's nothing but one circle. I mean one roundup. Okay, now I am going to switch it off. See, I am going to switch it on this power. I mean, SWR meter. I switch it on. So once we switch it on, so it will generate a overrange. Overrange means we have to reduce this value. Then automatically you will get the power value. Now we have to see here. Power here you are getting the power in the form of minus 5.70 like that. For example, you are getting. So this value here we have a switch knob is there, no? This particular knob where it is linked with 50. So this 50, this 8. For example, 50 plus 8 we need to add this value and this value. For example, 50 here we have a 7. So 57.60 decibel. For which value? Corresponding value. For example, see here I am increasing. So how many readings we have to take? With the help of this variable attenuator, we have to take minimum zero value, maximum 10 readings we need to take. Okay, remember this. maximum 10 readings. Maximum 10 readings from 10 mm. From the 10 mm microwave reading as, so maximum value, from maximum to minimum we need to calculate the value. So whenever overage comes, we need to decrease. We need to decrease the value. Then see here we have a number of lines. No, these all the lines which indicate the strength of the power of the input signal. Now we are going to vary this variable attenuator. Slowly see here, everyone, variation is there. No, the strength of the power of the input signal should be decreased. That is nothing but working principle of variable attenuator. So like that, so each and every one rotation, so nothing but 1 mm, students, remember this. So 0, so from you have to start 10 mm, 9 mm, 8 mm, 7 mm, 6 mm, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and 0 mm. We need to decrease this strength. See, while decreasing this value, here meanwhile the power value also will decrease. So this power value, this display, what is the value you are getting, this value and this no value should be add together. That's nothing but your calculation of variable attenuation measurement. In variable attenuation measurement, so how we are going to calculate the value, what are the value you are going to calculate? In the first column you have to represent microwave readings. Microwave readings should be 10 mm to 0 mm. We need to write. And second column should be power in the form of decibel. So power, see, based on this microwave readings you will get the value. So simple experiments. So please remember, every one of you, with the help of this variable attenuation we are going to calculate the value of microwave readings. With the help of these microwave readings we can calculate the value of power. Okay, so thank you for watching. So please subscribe my channel. So if any queries, please comment. So for future update I will give you the explanation properly if you have any queries. Thank you for watching.